All right, collective. Bittersweet memories of yesterday, of long before. You're missing someone. You're missing your family. You're missing your friends, those that you had close ties to that, as time went on, you separated and went your ways apart. Okay. All right. And that nostalgia is bringing up memories of pain, painful memories, but it's also saying that you're willing to make new memories. That's why it's bittersweet, because it's two or more emotions in one. Yeah, you're also reminiscing on the mistakes that you've made in the past, one sided relationships you've been in, and one sided thinking that you have had towards others. Maybe misjudgments, mishaps, because the collective is not perfect either. So we can't blame others for all the things that have happened thus far. And you have had to be honest about that and put that shit to rest. You've had to have a death of the ego. You've had to have a death of pride, collective. Um, you know, in order to hold someone else accountable, you've got to look at the man in the mirror. You know. All right. This message can heavily surround a divine masculine, a divine masculine. So divine masculine in this collective, this could be definitely headed towards you or heavy towards you. Um, divine feminine, you're not excluded, but that's the cards that's here. And you miss, like I said, your family, you're nostalgic, your friends, you're nostalgic. Even old jobs that you may have liked, and for some reason you had to leave or got terminated, whether wrongfully or you just made a mistake or whatever the case may or may not be. Okay, and you want to pick up the phone and call them and contact them. You want to have that connection again, those feelings again, that laughter again, you know, some belly ache laughing, that type of shit. But your intuition is telling you better, and to not take down your boundaries, and to stay grounded because of all the work that you've been through, all the work that you've done on yourself, and stop chasing the past because it's gone. That's why it's called the past. Stop chasing that white dragon. You're not going to get any higher than the first time. Okay. Oh, look at that. Addiction. Wasn't even looking at that. Somebody is really chasing the white dragon. Loyalty means everything to you, collective. And that's another reason why it's bittersweet. Okay. You have been in some situations rejected by people, and especially those that are in your karmic family, and they have put you through a lot of exhaustion mentally, physically, spiritually with dealing with them. And you have to remember that in order to stay grounded. You have to remember your purpose. You have to remember your why. You have broke generational curses and karma off of your life and have helped others that have guided you on the spiritual side to do the same. Known and unknown people, places, and things that you have been around, like things, let's even say just something simple as this, okay? Or this, which you can find in my TikTok showcase, located above in the bio, okay? It holds energy. That's why it's important to That's why it's important to make sure that you get rid of those things, even if they hold sentimental value. And if you just cannot find yourself getting rid of those things, make sure that you're cleansing them, and more than once ask for the breaking of ties, you know, ask for the breaking of ties. And then eventually you may find yourself either giving it away or throwing it away. Okay? Because those things hold energy. All right. And when you are starting something anew, you want to get rid of that. You want to have mint bliss. Okay. You want to have soft hands, which is new. You don't want to have no rough shit. You want a soft life, soft landing. Mary Kay has that. And my TikTok showcase. Okay, that's enough. Yeah. This journey right here, these cycles, because there's more than one, because there's more than one curse, and each one of them gets heavier. But the heavier ones come actually when you're able to handle them. That's why it's always toughest when you're at the finish line, getting ready to cross the finish line. That's why it's called different levels, new devils. If God put the heavy stuff on you first, you wouldn't have made it through these cycles of breaking curses, breaking karma, dealing with your own karma, past life and present. Okay, because collective, we are not excused from that either. Okay, it's very exhausting. But just for those that are on different stages and of your journey, just know that the hardest ones come at the end. You're more prepared for it. Okay, in time, the heart fog will clear, and the separation anxiety will fade away, just like a fog. In time, the heart fog will clear, and the separation anxiety, thoughts, sadness, whatever comes with it, will fade away, just like the fog. Okay? So hang in there, because Sword and Rose is coming, which is truth and clarity. And you will be able to see your way through this all. Ashe.